everybody. Let's see here. Let me know what you guys, if you guys can see us and hear us. This is only the second time that we're using this live streaming equipment. Can you all hear us okay? Okay, let's just wait a couple minutes, make sure. We'll wait a few minutes and let a few more people in. Mickey says thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Mickey, thank you. Yeah, last week it was giving us a heck of a time. This new equipment, it's supposed to be really good and has a lot of perks, but it kept kicking me off and on. I had to reboot my computer about 3 times. At one point, our guest was on all by himself, so hopefully we can get the bugs worked out of it. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm so glad everybody's with us today. And our amazing Tomaz Mueller is with us again today. Tomaz is actually an author, an energy healer, a well-being artist, and practitioner of Ayurvedic medicine with more than 30 years experience in his field. He helps people to unlock their inner healing potential by supporting and inspiring them to achieve optimal well-being and internal freedom through the use of ancient Ayurveda, quantum healing, and other aspects of Vedic science. And if you want to read the rest of Tomaz's bio, he has an amazing bio. Please go to his website, tomazmueller.com. And Tomaz is going to do a cord cutting ceremony, a cord cutting meditation with us today. We all have those cords attached to us, and he's going to go in a little bit more in depth about what this is about. Thank you for joining us, Tomaz.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Charlie, for having me on again. Here we are, the end of 2022. Hard to believe. How did we get here? I have no idea. Right, cutting cords. So it is actually very normal thing to have cords attached to us. As soon as we communicate, as soon as we interact with people, naturally, we form links to those people. We form connections with those people. And they are a very, I would say, normal part of any interactions with others. So the problems arise when our connections start to compromise the way of how we feel. If energetically we feel pulled down, if for some particular reason we feel drained, or when our energetic field becomes weakened, then this is the time where we may consider doing cord cutting. And to be quite honest, the cord cutting process cannot be repeated, I believe, often enough, because like I said, it is quite normal to form attachments with people through communications that we have with people. And I'm not going to go much deeper into the matter of it, but attachments can also be because of energetic attachments, spirit attachments, earthbound spirits, for example, and even some more denser energies, demonic attachments, for example, which can compromise the way of how we look at life, how we experience life. And those attachments can go back decades, they can go back lifetimes, they can go back generations, and they can actually compromise the way we think, the way we feel. And as a practitioner for many, many years, I wondered how come that with some people, some patients, I get to a point where I just can't break through resistance. I can't break through certain aspects that block them on experiencing the well-being. And now I understand that these blocks can be because of entities that are attached to us. How can entity get attached to us? It sounds very spooky and very sort of scary, but in a way it's quite simple. When we are in a vulnerable space, if we are, for example, in a situation of a shock, any unexpected events hitting our reality, and it is at that moment when we are weakened, where we become susceptible to any of those leeches, let's call them leeches and attachments, to basically latch onto us. So the process that I will be taking us through today is really looking at a cord cutting meditation where we will release any energetic bonds that we feel is time to let go and time to release. So we will do that in a process of a guided meditation, and the best is to basically go into the session, go into the meditation with a very open mind. And as with anything we do, the intention is important. So let's just set an intention for the session. So during this session, we set the intention that we are going to release any cords, any attachments, any strings that we are carrying with people, with thought patterns that we carry that no longer serve our highest good. And once we have released these cords, we will reclaim back our energy. We will reclaim our energy back, and we take back control over the process. So I'd like you all now to just take a few deep breaths as we start, breathing in slowly through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Can I just get the confirmation that the sound of the background music is okay? That it's not too overpowering? If you can just write in the chat if that's okay. So take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to settle into your physical body. Become aware of how your chest rises as you breathe in and how it lowers again as you breathe out. And on the next out breath, we send a big tube of energy all the way down through our lower energy centers, all the way down into the earth, into Mother Earth, linking in, grounding in. Now we would like us to just breathe in the energy from the earth, all the way, breathing in, bringing the energy all the way up into our heart space, and allow it to swirl around in our heart. on the next out breath, we send a tube of energy up, all the way up through our upper energy centers, connecting through our stream of consciousness, connecting into our oversoul, the fractal of ourselves. Cleansing and clearing through all the dimensionalities of our existence, breathing all the way up. And from there, we're just connecting directly up to True Source Creator, linking in the Christed light, the light of Source. There's a direct link that cannot be compromised between our own heart space and the energy that has created our soul, has been helping us existence at this point in time, in this dimension, in this reality. For yourself now, I'd like you to just set the intention of cutting any ties, any connections, any cords that hold you back at this point in time. And I'd like you to become aware what is the first thought, the first impulse that pops up. Is it any emotional ties that you may carry? People that may pop up in your mind? Just trust your intuition and let it all go. You have set the intention. Allow your higher self to do whatever is necessary. Now, I'm calling upon the energy of Archangel Michael, simply because the blue Christed light of Archangel Michael and the representation of the sword is very helpful to clear and to cut off any cords that hold us back, that prevents us from seeing who we truly are, from becoming the best version of ourselves. So in a very gentle way, as we bring in the energy and frequency of Archangel Michael, I'd like you to imagine a great sword of blue light that is basically sweeping lightly over your body, ready to release what holds us back. I'd like you to visualize now this sword gently cutting off, releasing any cords that might have been attached to the back of your head. Feel it gently released as the sword of light moves down the back of your neck, your upper shoulders. Just visualize it as a sword, as a beam of light that cuts off any ties that we may have collected through interactions of beings and that may prevent us from changing particular thought patterns or behavioral patterns. Simply, it may help us, may hinder us in moving forward, moving down your middle back, the base of your spine, releasing any attachments from there. Back, the coccyx area, gently gliding down all the way, the pelvic area, the back of your thighs, moving down, back of your knees, your calves, your ankles. Just pause for a moment, see how that feels. How does it feel? Does it feel any lighter? A sense of clearing, a sense of relief? Now I'd like you to visualize again the sword of light gently gliding down the front of your head, area in between your eyebrows, your face, your jaw, your neck, feeling any dense energies that are not supposed to be there being released. Down your shoulders and your chest, your upper arms, down your solar plexus, the rest of your arms, your hands. Visualize the sword of light gliding down your front part of your stomach, your sacral area, your pelvic floor. Perhaps visualize them snapping off as the sword of light gently glides down the front of your body. Pause for a moment, take a few deep breaths, allow your awareness to pick up any sensations that you may feel at this point in time. Perhaps some tingling sensations. Still any discomfort in any of the areas, just allow it to be released as the sword keeps gliding down the front of your body, down your thighs, gliding down your knees, shins, the top of your feet, and finally cutting off any cords that may be attached to the bottom of your feet, being released now, giving you a sense of lightness, a sense of ease, a sense of freedom. To imagine, to just as if your arms are lifting up in the air. Imagine your arms lifting up and the sword of light is gliding down, cutting off any thought, any cords beneath your arms, your armpits, right and left, any attachments on the right or left side of your ribcage, sides of your body, your hips, the sides of your legs, right and left. Just visualize in a very easy, gentle and effortless manner the sword of light, cutting all the way down, stripping off any dense energy, releasing these cords back to source, all the way down to your feet. That's it. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to just allow this frequency, this higher vibrational energy that automatically streams in as we have released these cords, to fill your entire being. You can visualize it as little sparkles of light that become alive within the cells of your body, within your energetic field, within your auric field, becoming alive and filling any gaps, any scars that might be left there because of the cords that were attached, filling in the cracks of those scars with a beautiful beam of light. This is part of the repair process, part of the process of you connecting again to your own source of energy. Use your breath, breathe in and slowly breathe out. Use your breath to charge your body, charge it up with light. Feel your vibration rise. Feel of how any gaps are being filled. Scars are being healed with the stream of light that flows through your system. And now you just have a brief look if there are any subtler energy connections within our emotional body. Perhaps scan your emotional body for any feelings such as fear, anxieties, any worries, check your internal energy fields, anything that is left over that might have been missed, any area that might have been hiding any negative energy or any connection those dense energies are now gently being swept away, being washed away by the stream of light that is moving through our system. You don't necessarily need a sword to do that. Just imagine like a little, perhaps, crystal that clears those emotional blocks. Just visualize it being cleared, being swept away. Any areas that may have been persistent are now fully cleared. And in the next step, I'd just like to set the intention of releasing any energy that perhaps we have been consciously or unconsciously holding on from interactions with people. Could be consciously or unconsciously. We set the intention that those subtle energies are being cleansed and washed away. And for those energies to just return back to source, return back into the light. And as we now have gone through physical cleanse, emotional cleanse, energetic cleanse, in the next step of the process, we are connecting back again to our own power, to our own energy that we have been perhaps robbed of through those connections. And just visualize in the core of your being, in the center below your ribcage, a radiant sun, your core, your powerhouse. Just visualize this radiant sun coming alive, becoming stronger and stronger, connecting you back to the source of energy itself that has been there within yourself all along. We have just been disconnected from it. We have just switched it off. Through this process, the source of energy is now fully being switched on again. We feel the sense of strength coming back. We feel much more balanced, much more at ease with ourselves, much calmer, much more centered, and much more in peace with ourselves, our loved ones, our immediate environment, and on a broader global scale. Whatever goes on out there, it's just perfect the way it is. For another couple of seconds, I'd like you to just sit in that state of peace. Sit with ease and allow your entire being to wake up to this newly found and gained strength and energy. Slowly, I'd like you to move your hands and feet, wiggle your fingers and your toes, move your arms and legs, perhaps stretch your body. Keep your eyes closed as you take a few deeper breaths. Now I'd like you to just rub the palms of your hands together vigorously, generating some heat, some energy from the palms of your hands, and place them above your eyeballs. Feel the warmth emanating from the palms of your hands. The palms of your hands, a direct connection to your heart energy. Then gently massage your neck, your face, as you open your eyes. Welcome back. You all right?
That was so needed.
Say
That was
again?
amazing.
You all right?
I said that was so needed and so amazing.
Say again?
Amazing.
You all right?
I said that was so needed and so amazing.
Say again?
Amazing.
You all right?
I said that was so needed and so amazing.
Say again?
Can you hear me, Tomaz?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
hold on a sec.
That's better.
Sorry, I had it playing. I was monitoring it on my phone, so I had it playing at the same time here. Sorry about that. But yeah,
That's
that was so needed. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
good. I was just a little bit aware of, hopefully, that you could still my voice overlaying the music in the background, the frequencies in the background, which were linked for 532 hertz frequencies of the heart energy were playing in the background. Are there
Very
any
nice. Very
questions?
nice.
Are there any questions that people might want to ask? Put my glasses back
Yeah,
on.
please. Please ask some questions. I know one person commented earlier. They said they're really interested to find out what cord cutting is.
Okay. Let's just briefly repeat what I've said. Basically, as soon as we start interacting with people, we are interacting with their energy field, and our energy field connects with those interactions and people. And sometimes in some interactions, we have this moment that something almost hits us, like we can feel this uncomfortable feeling in the stomach, in the solar plexus, where we really feel uncomfortable. And that's a clear, obvious sign that there has been an attachment or a cord that has been formed between the person that we have had this conversation with. This can be very very 3D, very obvious the way we experience it. But at the same time, it could be very subtle. It could be that we basically walk down Oxford Street in central London and we feel that some of those energies are hitting us, hitting our field, and they leave a residue, a dense energy in our body, and that can manifest as us feeling drained, feeling tired, feeling not quite ourselves. So, yeah, just as an example, does that make sense?
Oh, yes, for sure. One of the experiences I had is as a medium, I was so excited to give people readings and provide that immense form of healing for them. But what I discovered, even doing energy healing sessions for them, was that they become dependent on you and continually keep reconnecting those cords, wanting more and more and draining your energy. So it is very important for you to continue to do the cord cutting almost daily. Is that how often you'd recommend it?
Yeah, it's basically can be a daily practice. It's like part of your spiritual hygiene regime, Lisa. And what you mentioned is really important, especially when we work in the healing field, when we deal with lots of people. Let's say, for example, you're working as a hairdresser or you're working in a cafe, but when you actually um, have a lot to do with people, it's so important that you do the three must do's as part of your spiritual practice. And those three aspects are to cleanse, to ground, and to protect. So, cleansing, for example, you can step into the shower in the morning and you can visualize um, the Christed diamond violet flame to just wash through your system to cleanse your body. And then grounding is, I always visualize this sense of almost this pillar of energy that just moves all the way down from the base of my spine, all the way down through the earth star chakra into the ground and anchoring into the ground. It's like putting on the seat belt. So you ground yourself and then put a shield of protection around you. Um, Whatever practice works for you. I work with the dragon energy. So in my hypnosis session, um, we use, for example, the energy of Archangel Michael can be used as a protector. Um, so there are various ways of how you can put on your protections, but this is very important when you work with people or when you are with around a lot of people, because like Lisa said, um, it leaves you drained, exhausted, and it actually prevents us from thinking straight, thinking, having proper thoughts, because we have got all this mishmash of energies, and it's very difficult for us to realize what are our thoughts and what are the thoughts that actually are attached to us because of the interactions that we have. And one important aspect in this cord cutting process is really intimate connections that we have as people. They leave very um, strong bonds, strong cords, any kind of intimate interactions, which can have various impacts on our life, on our beings, maybe difficulties to form serious relationships or difficulties for us to find being worthy of a relationship because those cords have been there and they may have not been cut. So it's very complex, but a very, very important aspect of any spiritual hygiene regime when it comes to clearing our field.
Yes. Yeah, and healing takes place in the energy field before it manifests into um, healing in the physical. So it's very important to do the spiritual work, and reconnect back to the earth and utilize uh, the energies that we all, have the option of utilizing, because we are very powerful. You know, we need to start learning that and becoming aware of that even more.
Yeah.
Well, any more comments or questions for Tomaz? Yeah, for some reason I was popping in and out of the meditation and checking to make sure we were on the live stream, and we are live streaming to YouTube, but for some reason it didn't go to Rumble. So we'll figure that out here, but thank you for helping us figure out the bugs too, Tomaz.
No problem.
In our streaming equipment. And thank you so much as always for being here. I don't think there's any more questions. Everyone must be relaxed and resting after their awesome meditation.
Thank you.
Yes, so, and Tomaz will be with us. He's usually with us the first Wednesday of every month with a different meditation. So, you know, join us next month, and Tomaz will be here again. And you can always rewatch this if you only caught the end of it. Rewatch it on our YouTube channel. We'll upload it to Rumble as well. But thanks again, Tomaz. Lots of love to you, and lots of love to everybody that's been watching.
Thank you so much, Lisa and Charlie, for having me on, and it's so wonderful. We are all sitting under our pyramids.
Yes.
Fully charged, fully dense, fully protected. That's really great. So thank you to both of you, and thank you to everybody who's coming in and listening.
Thank you, Tomaz.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.